A big good evening and welcome to MMTV Volume 12. We are live from Marley Mancunia Studios, slap bang in the centre of Manchester. Thank you for joining us for yet another edition of this rock and roll television. If you are watching at home, please do share it as much as you possibly can. Let's get as many people watching it as possible. And one thing we need to remind you, as always, is the fact that it is Mancunian, it is rock and roll. So if you are at home watching with the kids or anything, there may be a little bit of effing and jeffing. So we will pre-warn you of that. Just to tell you as well, though, we've got loads and loads lined up over the next hour or so tonight for MMTV. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to be having music from Rff Trade and Nico and Coby. We're going to be talking to legendary Mancunian Interstellar's Stella Grundy. We've got boxer Kane Gardner with us, fashion designer Gemma Gratton, and we're going to be talking to the man who's behind a great event taking place in Dukinfield in July called Kick Out Cancer. All that is coming up tonight on MMTV. Once again, please do share it. Let's get as many people watching it as we possibly can. To start the night, though, a band from Manchester who released an EP called Bad Habits last month. You're going to love them. This is No Vacancies.
He looks at me with eyes so blind. Your lover is your alibi. Lost you in, I've lost mine, but we'll pick it up from here. 'Cause I know we are my land, and I know we are in too deep, and I know you see straight through me, and it's time I will not speak. 'Cause you're on your own, and I'm here alone. You'll be occupied with 1,000 lies, but you won't help me get to sleep. She will knock you off your feet, yeah. She's got you, and I'm waiting for your lines, hesitating, 'cause your smile, it's a fake one. I gave up when you took some, now I'm here like the next one. You gave up when you took some, yeah, when you took some. He looks at me with eyes so blind. Your lover is your alibi. I've lost you and I've lost mine, but we'll pick it up from here. 'Cause I know we are my land, and I know we are in too deep, and I know you see straight through me, and this time I will not speak. You're on your own, and I'm here alone. You'll be occupied with 1,000 lies, but you won't help me get through me. She will knock you off your feet, yeah, and I feel in a tight grip. I wanna help, but I can't help. Slow it down, not the next one. She said, so we got to run you like her. Way too much in it out. You need to give it up. It's not you, it's We're No Vacancies, originally from Birmingham, if you didn't already guess. Moved up here 12 months ago. This is the next song, Bad Habits. Cheers.
There we go, from Birmingham and now residing in Manchester. That is No Vacancies. A massive thank you to the lads for starting the night, and their EP is available now on all the usual Spotify and all that kind of stuff. But once again, we have got a studio audience with us. Will you make some noise for No Vacancies?
Cheers.
Okay, this is MMTV. Thank you so much for watching us. It is volume 12. If you are watching at home, please do on all the usual social media sites. Share it. Let's get as many people watching it as we can. It is Mancunian rock and roll television. Before I introduce the next guest, there's one person I want to mention actually who's watching from a hospital bed. He's one of the owners of Marlin Mancunian Studio. He is one of the people who invented MMTV. It's called Carl Power. Notoriously, he's known better in Manchester as Fat Neck, but he is watching tonight from his hospital bed, so we're thinking of you, Carl, man, yeah? Get better soon. Okay, next up, we'd like to have a little chat with us, one of the more familiar female faces in the history of Manchester. She's a singer, she's a songwriter, she's a playwright, she's an actor. She is from Interstellar. Please welcome Stella Grundy. Hiya, Stella, come on. Are you right up there? Sit down, take a pew. Marlin Mancunian Studio. Nice, innit? Looking good, innit? Sit down, come on. Make yourself at home. Right, if I could just give you that so we can hear you on telly. Worldwide television.
Hi.
How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
You get yourself comfy. Listen, before we crack on, I want to talk about Interstellar and what you're up to and all that kind of stuff. Let's go back to the early days. Tell us about your childhood. Where did you grow up?
Right, I grew up in Moston on the miners' estate. It was all right. It was a bit miserable as a child, actually. It was very square, very Russian looking, and loads of people just with orange coats on because they'd come out of Borstal or wherever. And
this is real life, not a film.
And the miners' strike and all that was going on because I'm quite old. So
Did you have an happy childhood?
Do you know, no. It got better when I went to town, but I went to town at 13, so we had a happy teenage time.
I was just going to say that. You started being very creative and getting into music at quite a young age. At the age of 13, which is very, very young, when most people will be like nicking bikes and stuff like that, you were writing songs. What got you into music at such an early age?
Probably Moston. I might be moaning about it, but it was a great musical education at Moston Youth Club because they were a bit older and the guys, wore kilts and black eyeliner and stuff like that. So a lot of T-Rex, and then obviously when Adam and the Ants come along, it was like, just like Nirvana.
So being part of that youth club and stuff like that, it's not me, it's you. It's you. Soundman. Hopefully they can't hear it at home. So being part of that youth club and going to there where, like you say, people were dressing, being original, listening to all that great music, is that something, did you feel part of that scene? Did you want to be part of that scene?
Well, it was still dead masculine, so I kind of thought I was, but I was always on the outskirts, obviously.
Who were your heroes? Who were your musical heroes as a kid?
Well, Joy Division and New Order. So, certainly from a Manchester angle, Marquis Smith lived up the road, and but David Bowie as a kid, really.
So you were doing that at a very, very early age. Then in 1991, you formed iconic Manchester band Interstellar. You'd done a couple of projects before. You got signed to MCA. You released the album Interstellar and the Family of People. What was life like at that point when you'd gone from a kid from Moston being into music to all of a sudden being part of a band that everyone in Manchester was recognising?
I don't know, was there?
Yeah, they were.
I remember having a brilliant time in Strawberry Studios. And then going to London and going in studios with other producers who were a bit freaky and wacky. There was a lot of drugs taken. We seemed to always work at night. And people like Martin Moscrop do about 15 mixes, and then you have to decide in the morning when you can't fucking see. Sorry, you're not supposed to swear.
I did warn the viewers at home there might be a bit of effing and jeffing, so you're all right.
So it was dead good fun, but it was a slog, and we all made it hard for ourselves. I don't know what,
It must have been a great scene to be part of, because probably at the time there weren't a lot of women involved in that scene, was there?
No, I quite liked it, being the only woman about. It was good fun, because all the crew, I think we had a female sound engineer, and of course the manager as well. So that changed the ethos quite a lot. Because some of the bullshit was recognised by me and Caroline. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So we were quite a strong filter, even though our numbers were small.
I think people got to know, obviously, Rowetta in the Mondays, Gillian in New Order, and yourself and Interstellar. So you've got the album out. Interstellar are doing really well. You were quite a, integral band in the Manchester scene. And then a few years into that, if you don't mind me bringing it up, you had a bit of an accident. What happened?
I don't know. On Wikipedia, you had a motorcycle crash. Johnny J reckoned that I scarred myself intentionally to get more press. What actually happened was I was trying to get into my rehearsal room, which is round the corner, Wellington Mill, and missed the top and fell off someone's shoulders and landed on my head and my arm.
As you do.
As you do. And we had gigs, so I didn't pull out of the gigs. I was brave, but I looked like Bette Davis.
One thing I want to ask.
I had a stick, dark glasses, and an arm in a crutch. It was brilliant.
So all this is going on. You live in the rock and roll lifestyle. You break your arm. MCA drop you. A lot of bands would fold. You didn't. It made you stronger. You came back and had, right, correct me if I'm wrong here, you had your biggest hit after that with The Night, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. And with, Grandmaster, which was on a few films and was a hit in Germany. So the music got better, as it should have done, as it used to do in the old days. You know, your first album was where you experimented, and then the second album was where you might get some, commercial success, but not in them days. It's like, all right, fuck them off. They've not done it straight away. They thought I was a female Shaun Ryder, and they got it really wrong.
I wonder why they thought that.
Do you know, I was combative at the time, but I don't think that it was fair to just,
Do you know the one thing, though?
Manchester can be a mill round your neck.
Joking aside, though, the
Sometimes.
thing is, you had the accident. When you had the accident, MCA dropped you, and it would have been easy to say, right, bollocks this, stuff the band, but you didn't. Was that like determination for the band to get even better?
Oh, God, yeah, because we loved studio life, I think they'd grown beards by then as well. They'd all gone a bit prog.
Hipsters.
So it's like, no, we'll carry on, and then it was quite exciting because the guy who signed us signed the Sex Pistols, signed Duran Duran, and he was just a shambles, unfortunately, by the time he got to us. But we did have a good creative time.
That's what I mean. You made a lot of memories, and everyone knows Interstellar.
Yeah.
So you had all this going on with the music, and obviously we've only got 10 minutes, so I wanted to skip through it. Then you didn't just stop at the music. You didn't continue with that. You went into like performing and acting and writing. And how did that come about? How did you make the transition from being in a band to, being an actor and writing plays?
Well, I had my daughter Nico, who's playing soon, shortly, and decided that the band thing, wasn't going to work out. I'm not like All Saints or something. I didn't have nannies. So I went to college, but I did theatre studies instead of something proper. And then I just started writing plays, and then I started writing stuff that I could be in. And I suppose my biggest play firstly was the Nico play, and then I did Rise and Fall of Novels Down, which is kind of based on the stuff I went through with Interstellar.
I was going to ask you that, because obviously you did a lot of playwrights and stuff like that, but the one that I always recognise you for is the Rise and Fall of a Northern Star. Is that a bit of a biog of yourself and your own life? Or?
Oh, absolutely, but with no names, no pack.
What made you decide to do that? Did you feel it was just a good story, or did you do it for your own benefit?
I had some songs, and I knew I didn't want to just reform a band and try and do gigs, because nobody would want to come and see it. But I thought, if I'm doing something that's like a play with songs, I've got 2 audiences to go for. And it worked, and it was a platform to do the songs originally, but then the story became more and more important, and it was like a proper play in the end. Multimedia with jar wobble and stuff like that.
A lot of bands at that time had the few years where they were big and knocked it on the head, but you really never stopped working, did you? You just mentioned then, after doing the playwrights and stuff like that, you did the album with Jar Wobble. How did that come about?
Because I asked him if he'd do it. And he said, yeah. It was really random as stuff is. He had my photograph taken at some music shop in Altrincham. And
how long ago was this?
About 2013 or something like that. And then I told him about this play I was writing, and he was doing a bit of acting himself, so he did some improvisation, and he was hilarious. Filmed him doing that, cut him into the play, and then he played bass on a few tunes, and I paid him £2.50. Oh, 250 quid for 4 tracks.
See, that's good for a pretty iconic person like himself, innit, really? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the next one he did for now, because we'd done a dubby version, and it was a brilliant album. Unfortunately, the producer fell out with, so I've kind of walked away from it. I won't say anything else because I think there's some people who know him in here.
Let's move on then. Let's quickly move on. Come on. We don't want to be getting done. So you did that, right? So that was up to 2013. Like I say, you'd really, really kept active with the Interstellar stuff, with the acting, with the playwriting, with the stuff with Jar Wobble. That took us up to, what, 4 or 5 years ago? What have you been doing for the last 4 or 5 years?
Well, no, it took me a bit further than that because obviously things
What have you been doing for the last 3 or 4 years?
Ages in this town. So for the past 2 years, after I put the Jar Wobble album out, I thought I don't like music anymore. So what I did was sold up and moved to the country. So I've been doing a lot of painting, doing house renovations. I'm actually restoring the stone floor at the moment, writing tunes and supporting my daughter because shock, horror, and I was horrified at first. She decided she's not going to be an astronautical engineer and therefore I can't retire.
There's probably enough of them in Manchester. Don't need any more.
She's a wonderful singer and a wonderful songwriter, but she's really taken an interest in music.
She's going to be playing live for us in a bit, and I'd never seen her before, but just in sound check, she sounds absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And she looks like a young Joss Stone, doesn't she?
No.
Well, that's what I thought, anyway.
looked-
Sorry.
She's
That's
so
just what I
much
thought.
nicer than that.
That's it. Where's she going?
I'm off.
Sit down. Come on.
Give me pants.
Right, so you've, like I say, we've gone on. We've spoken about your life as quick as we possibly can. We don't have too long. What's next for Stella Grundy?
Suing people. No, I'm joking.
Like, we're a compliment, to be honest.
I'm writing something. I've got a really good story, but I want to do it in a different way this time. I'd like it to be multimedia, but I think I'm really drawn to just the written word and publishing something which I've not done before, and it'd be cheaper than putting a play on. But I'm looking to collaborate with someone on that, and I'm going to support Nico and get him to live in Todmorden with all the odds.
Odmedin.
Yeah, Odmedin.
No offence to anyone. No offence to anyone. It's a lovely place.
I'm actually in Cornwall. But no.
No, it is. It's a lovely place, Soberdin. It used to be a great chip in it. It's shut down now. It has, honestly, true story.
Everything's shut down, but other things are opening up.
Yeah.
It's time. This is what I love about this cafe. It's young kids coming through. It's not all about looking back and what Manchester used to do. I mean, I've been guilty of that when we played, but all my work's new to me.
We speak about that a lot on MMTV because, you know, we do have a lot of young bands on. We support new music. And I feel, as someone who's worked on the scene for over 20 years now, the music scene in Manchester, it's always been great. But at the moment, I feel it's stronger than it has been for years.
Yeah, we're sort of listening to new stuff more, aren't we? And there's people coming from the woodwork. I think tonight each turn is completely different from each other, which is great. And nothing sounds like Oasis or you know, them other lot from Sheffield.
They're all being a lot more creative.
Yeah, well, it's from all sorts, you know.
Soberdin's in Yorkshire.
No, I'm Yorkshire. It's weird watching the news about Yorkshire. I'm like that. And Bob Greaves is alive and well and presenting the news.
Where's
for
he just come
Yorkshire
from, Bob
TV.
Greaves? Is
he
he here?
He's
But
back.
why has he been brought up? Why has Bob Greaves been brought up?
I don't know. I'm a certain age. I'm harking for the past, but I'm not.
Gordon
That's
Burns, he was a good one.
Yeah, no, the crypt, in fact.
I was at the BBC once, this is a true story, and I went to the toilet next to Gordon. That's a true story.
And
Saying, you brought Bob Greaves up, I'm bringing Gordon up.
Richard Madeley, guilty or innocent?
What of? Hang on, let's stop here. We're going off track. We'll have a chat after. Listen, before we go any further, we really, really do need to crack on. There's one thing I want to ask you is, are we ever going to have a book, the life story of Stella Grundy? Because there must be so much in it people don't know.
I know, but that's why I've moved out of Manchester, so I can possibly write it.
Get it done.
Because
Get
I'll
it
never
done.
be allowed back.
Well, listen, Stella, it's been an absolute, honestly, when I found out you were here tonight, I was buzzing because you have got a great story.
Because I'm fit.
You've always kept in with the Manchester music scene, and, you know, you're a big part of the Manchester music scene. Will you please put your hands together from Interstellar and a million other things? Stella Grundy. Hey, give me the mic back. Typical Yorkshire bird, nicking the mic. Oi! Okay, this is MMTV Volume 12. Thank you for watching us and tuning in. It's all winged. It's Manchester. It's rock and roll television. We've got some more live music coming up soon from Nico and Coby. Before we do that, I want to tell you about something. In fact, I'm not going to tell you about it. The gentleman running it is. There's a great event taking place in Duckingfield Park on the 20th of July. And to tell us all about it is the man who's putting it on, Mr. Pete Bushell. Where are you, Pete? Round of applause for Pete Bushell. How you doing, man? You all right? Sorry about that. Stella leaving all the shit everywhere. There. Right, first of all, this is the poster. I don't know if you can see it at home on television or not. Kick Out Cancer with a 5K fun run. Now, I know this is the third one you've done. Tell us a little bit about why you decided to do this event.
Back in 2016, I lost my mum to cancer. And if anyone's ever been to Christie's Cancer Clinic in Manchester knows how hard they look after patients. And it's not I'm not raising money for Christie's, but I am in a way. I'm raising money for, because mostly people raise money for the MD who's sitting in an office doing nothing and everything like that. But I'm raising money for. Have you ever been to Christie's?
I've not personally.
If you go into a room, all you get out is one pull-out bed and one chair in one room, and someone's loved one dies in that room. I want to make it a bit more comfortable for you and I to go, for loved ones to go, for an extra pull-out bed, for an extra chair, for an extra fan, for a bit more brighter room or anything like that. It's just to brighten up each ward and every hospital around Manchester. That's what my money I'm raising.
I think that's. We hadn't really spoke before tonight, and I think what you're doing is pretty amazing because, you know, it is easy to raise a load. Well, no, it's not easy, but you can raise a load of money for a charity and give it to them. But you've got a vision of what you want to do with this money.
Yeah, of course I do. It's just, you see charities all the time, but they always go to Facebook and direct to the charity. I said personally to a girl called Jennifer Kent at Christie's that I wanted to specifically for equipment and the rooms and the walls and everything like that, because some of them nurses and doctors, they work 16, 18-hour shifts, and all they do is smile every day, if you know what I mean. And the people upstairs make 75 to 120k per year, and the one down there earning 15k with 2 kids. And I spoke to a woman, an African woman who came over here, and she's got 2 kids, and she looked after her mum until she died, if you know what I mean. It's just stuff like that. And she was on, I don't know how much she was on, but she was on probably minimum wage.
So when people are coming to your events, you know, if I came to your event and donated money, I'd know what it's going to. It's going to buy such a thing, do such a room, rather than go to, like you say, a top boss's wage.
Yeah, it's going directly for equipment and everything. We did. It's always called Kick Out Cancer. It's like next year I've got a massive event one, what I'll speak to you about.
Come on, next year. Tell us about that next year.
Last year I did a football charity event at Hyde United Football Stadium. I had celebrity footballs like John Macken, Frank Sinclair and everything come down on the day and everything and playing a football match, and we raised just over $4,500 last time. So
amazing, isn't it? Great.
Just in one day. So
So you've done that for the last couple of years. You've got one this year. It's Kick Out Cancer 5K Fun Run. Tell us what's going on this year, the 20th of July at Duckingfield Park. What's going on?
This year it's a bit more different. Everyone can get involved. It's a 5K fun run, jog or walk. And on the day, Anton and the rest of Mali Mancunian has got involved. And surprise, we've got the backhanders and the amazing Rff Trade. I've seen them in Manchester, and they are really
Rff Trade are going to be on a little bit later on.
I've got a lot of people saying they can't wait to come just for them. I've been following them for a long time. They're really
I'm just looking now. Obviously, it's a 5K fun run. You've got a great lineup as well. The backhanders, Rff Trade, Black Sonic, Revolver, Partisan, Kane and Abel, Mark Cully, and obviously a couple of DJs as well, Paul Easy and DJ Stu. If people want tickets for this or they want more information for it, what do they do?
Yeah, get in touch with me or Anton. The Facebook page is Kick Out Cancer, or they can get in touch with Anton or me, Peter Bushell, at peter_bushell@hotmail.com, or visit the Twitter page at Kick Out Cancer 18, or the Facebook page Kick Out Cancer.
If anybody's watching this at home and thinking, I'd really, really like to donate, I love what he's doing, but I can't make it down that day, is there any way they could donate without actually coming to the event?
Yeah, we've got 2. We've got a Just Giving page, which is Kick Out Cancer 18. And we've got a PayPal account is kickoutcancer@outlook.com.
It does look like an absolutely amazing event. The 20th of July at Duckerfield Park, Kick Out Cancer and 5K Fun Run. The team behind MMTV are going to be there as well. It's amazing what you're doing, raising money for obviously something that's close to a lot of people's hearts. Will you please put your hands together, Pete Bushell, and support his event, yeah? Okay, this is MMTV Volume 12. Thank you so much for tuning in at home. We've still got loads to get through tonight, but it is time we have a little bit more live music. Will you please put your hands together and welcome Nico and Coby.
Spend the whole night Thank you. This one's called Until You Fall Asleep, I think. Doesn't have a name yet. Thank you.
MMTV Volume 12, Nico and Coby. And if you recognise Nico, that's because she is the daughter of Mancunian legend who we had on before, Interstellar, Stella Grundy, now making an absolutely top name around the area for herself. So a massive thank you once again. Studio audience, let's hear it for Nico and Coby. Okay, we have got some more live music to come a little bit later on with the absolutely amazing Rff Trade, though. The next part of the show, we do mention sport. We talk about sport on every version of MMTV. We mention football, and one big sport we are heavily involved with is boxing. Our next guest, it is an absolute pleasure to welcome up the stage a great, great Mancunian boxer from this part of the world. Please make some noise for Mr. Kane Gardner. Sit down, pal. Take a seat. Hang on, I'm just wrecking the place here. Grab that belt.
Companies.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah, good, mate. Listen, cheers for joining us on MMTV tonight. First of all, right, now obviously you're from this part of the world. You grew up round here. You know, was it Beswick?
Beswick,
Grew up in
yeah,
Beswick.
yeah.
What was life growing up in Beswick like? What was it like for you?
Yeah, it was alright. People will think it was quite rough, but it wasn't really. It was alright. Yeah, I had lots of mates and all that. Used to go out all the time.
What got you into boxing? What made you decide as a kid that, like, right, you know, boxing was the route you wanted to take?
Well, to be honest, it all started when I was 9 years of age. I just went down to my mate's house. His mum told me that he was down at the Ardwick Youth Club. So I went down there and then I seen all the lads. And he was all getting a leaflet off the main coach, Ian Harrison. So I thought, you know what, I'll have one. And I follow the crowd.
Did you have a lot of mates or family at the time that were into boxing?
Really, no. I didn't really know much about boxing. My distant cousin was Lloyd Hoonigan, like world champion from Jamaica. Yeah, so but other than that, I didn't really have...
It's quite interesting that, because a lot of the boxers we've had on MMTV, you tend to find that, you know, the family's got them into it.
Yeah,
And it was just part of the growing up, but it was something you discovered for yourself.
Just discovered it with my mates. We all started, about 7 of us, at the Ardwick Youth Club. And then after a couple of months, they all just started dropping like flies, and I just carried on because I liked it. And then
Was it something you found yourself like passionate about in a way that, you know, probably a bit of a cheesy question, but did it change your life in the way that you found, you know, how you were training and what you were eating? Did that, you know, become as part of it, or were it a case of you were just naturally good at it?
yeah, I like the fact that it gave me discipline, and dedication.
That's the word I was looking for, some sort of like discipline.
Yeah,
Do you find you had discipline in your life before then?
Kind of, because kind of. My mum and dad was quite good at disciplining us, because I got 3 brothers, so I was quite good at disciplining us. But boxing just gave me that extra, you know, for school and all that. Yeah, got me out of trouble.
I got you in it, one or the other.
Yeah, one of them.
So you were doing this, you were doing boxing, all that kind of stuff, and 2 years ago, in 2017, at the age of 21, am I right in saying?
Yeah.
That's when you became professional. What was the decision, you know, to make you turn professional? How did you decide to go from amateur to professional?
Well, I had 90 amateur fights, and I thought I knew I wasn't going to get on GB, and that was the main goal, to get on GB. And one of my main goals was to box for England, and luckily enough I did box for England against Scotland, and I won. And then I had a couple of dodgy decisions after that, and I just thought, you know what, it's time to kick over and turn over, and then it's gone from there.
So since turning professional, check this out, studio audience, right? You've had 8 fights, which you've won all of them, 5 knockouts. That's some record, that, innit?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had four on the bounce now, so I'm on a good roll.
Out of all of them, is there one particular that you remember and you'd say that, yeah, that's my favourite?
You know what? They've all been quite good, you know. Yeah, I don't. To be honest, me, the 6th one, I think, I stopped him with a good combination to the end, and I'll always remember that. And the crowd was massive, so it got me up there.
You know, like, obviously you're winning all these, you've won 8 of
Yeah.
them, like you say, 5 are knockouts and all that. Do you find that you go into the next fight thinking, can do this, doddle, or do you find it makes you even more determined to train hard and, you know?
Yeah, of course, it makes me determined to train hard. I train hard anyway, and I'm dedicated anyway. Yeah.
Your last fight, another knockout, as you do,
Yeah.
was on the 16th of March,
Yeah.
where you beat Lee Howler, which was that in Oldham? I've not got that in my notes. Was it in Oldham, that
yeah,
one?
it was in Oldham. Well, I was meant to fight the week before at the Bolton Stadium, but the day before my opponent pulled out, which was a massive kick in the teeth.
Shit it. That's what he did.
Yeah, I know. He boxed a week after as well. I was wounded, but he pulled out. But luckily, my manager and promoter, he had another show the week after, so he got me on that and found me an opponent. So yeah.
So I know that's only a couple of weeks ago. Like I say, that was the 16th of March. So it is only 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do you know when your next fight is yet? Have you any idea? Or?
Yeah. I found out yesterday that I'm boxing on the 11th of May at the Bolton.
So they're coming around quite quick, aren't
I fight every like 8 to 10 weeks at the moment. But then I'm hopefully getting myself a title fight soon and getting on a TV fight soon. Just waiting for my opportunity.
That'll be top, that, and obviously we'll all be rooting for you. So after your last fight, do you find that do you take a bit of time off, or is it constant, you know, training and?
Well, I stay in the gym, but then I have a week off like eating. I can just eat all sorts, man. Telling you. But yeah, I'm always in the gym, always learning. You
Is
can't
that
stop
your way
learning.
of a blowout? Have a week off training, eat what you want, and then get back into it again?
Yeah, that's me. I don't really drink about, so I just eat. Instead of drinking, I just eat. But
So obviously, you know, you're doing amazing. The last couple of years, you've had probably the best couple of years of your life. You say you've got another fight coming up in May. What does the future hold for Kane Gardner? How far do you want to take this?
well, long term, obviously, my main goal is to become the world champion, and obviously go up weights and win world titles. But at the moment, that's what I get. I start at the bottom. I want to win that Central Area title first, move up to English, and then the British. I always want to win that British title.
I feel like you don't particularly want to go from, like, you know, where you are now to bang right to the top. You almost want to work your way up there and do it properly.
That's what I mean. Well, I'm only a babe. I'm only 23, and then the sport of boxing, that's young. You know what I mean? So I'm like 30, 31, peak age. Then I want to be fighting for world titles then.
Like I was saying before, listening to you, it was great because, like I say, when we've had boxers on, you tend to find that, you know, they've been influenced by the family, by the friends and all that kind of stuff. You've done it for yourself. Has there been anyone in your life that's kind of like been, you know, who's been the biggest influence on you?
You know what? Well, my dad. My dad's always drilled it into me.
Was he into boxing or anything?
Yeah, my dad's always been boxing. He's done loads of martial arts, karate, kickboxing, judo. So he's told us, yeah, he was always yeah.
It's obviously, you know what I mean, you say you're only 23, obviously you've got a long time to go and all that, but your feet are still very grounded, aren't they?
Yeah, of
You know what I mean?
course.
Listening to you,
Yeah,
it's,
that's
you
something.
know.
I'm still at the Miami gym up in Drawsden. I'm a coach there. I train all the kids there.
That's interesting, that. So you're not just training yourself and then doing your fights, you're actually, you know, coaching kids and that as well.
Coaching kids, I'm taking them up and down the country, boxing. I really love
So
boxing.
basically, I always say this when we have boxers on, you're changing kids' lives, aren't you?
That's what I mean. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
So is that something you want to look at doing in the future, as well as going as high as you can, coaching and, you know?
Yeah, of course. Hopefully, I'll a bit of money when I'm older, so I can open up my own gym for the public and a boxing gym. And yeah, just create champions.
Well, the way it's going, it's now to be sniffed at. You know what I mean? 8 professional fights, 8 wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, Kane, it's been an absolute privilege having you on MMTV Volume 12. Good luck for the future. We're all rooting for you.
Thanks for having me.
Do us a favour before you go in. Come back maybe next year. Tell us how it's going.
Yeah, definitely.
Kane Gardner. Okay, we have got some more live music coming up soon. First of all, though, if you're watching this from any other part in the world and you might think it's Manchester, they all wear hoodies, jeans and Adidas, well, believe you me, we have some proper top fashion people here as well. My next guest I'd like to introduce to you is a top Manchester fashion designer. Please welcome Gemma Gratton. Hi, Gemma, how are you doing? All right, nice to see you.
To see you now.
Sit down here, MMTV. The posh bit of the studio. How's it going? All right?
Very well, thank you.
Right, listen, you were a bit of a last-minute guest, so first of all, thank you for coming joining us
No
at
worries.
MTV. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've worked in construction for 17 years.
Construction.
Yeah,
And now you're a fashion designer.
yeah.
How did that come about?
So been in construction for 17 years. I was a project manager in Dubai. Built the world's tallest mass climber.
In
which
Dubai?
was in Dubai, well, Abu Dhabi that was. So I was in Dubai 2.5 years, Abu Dhabi for 2.5 years. And came back, went travelling for a year around Central South America, India. Lived like a hippie for a year. And yeah, just really like embrace like sustainability, like just really learn a lot on my travels. And when people say you learn about yourself, I truly did, you know. So came back to Manchester, done every festival, done about 7 festivals in 1 year, and when I got back, and
You know, it's dead interesting listening to you because you're saying like you had this amazing life in Dubai. You went around the world and all that kind of stuff, and you did all these festivals. Could probably do a program about that.
Yeah.
But you're laughing there
No.
thinking, yeah.
no.
But
No,
seriously, well, you were doing all the construction stuff. Was fashion something that was in your life then?
So I've always loved fashion. I've always loved style. I've always had my own style. Just wearing what I like to wear rather than following trend. You know, just having my own kind of style. So when I came back to the UK, I had to get back into construction. Was looking, all my stuff was in storage in Dubai, so I had to start looking for workwear because my work wardrobe was in storage. looking on the internet, in high street shops, and just couldn't find anything of my kind of style and like what I liked.
Where's your stuff now? Is it still in Dubai?
Yeah, it is actually.
Is it? You better get that back. It's going to be costing you a fortune in storage.
No, that's it. I'm going to leave it.
Don't tell anyone.
So so basically came back and I just had this light bulb moment. But I was like, because when I was traveling, I was just thinking, I made so much money from my companies, like in construction. It was like, I just wish I could have my own business, you know, like and do the sales and make my own money, you know, rather than doing it for other people. And I had this light bulb moment, like I'll make my own clothing brand, like, you know, women's corporate workwear, because there was just nothing much out there for the modern day working woman. So I had this idea, but got back into construction for another like 2.5 years, and then just thought, you know what, fuck it. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just go and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the leap.
Stella Grundy on before. Effing this, effing that.
I'm gonna take the leap of faith and like literally left my job, went to Australia, wrote a business plan, came back, got the money together, went to Ethical Fashion Week in Berlin, Berlin Fashion Week. Met with like Anthony Gilgar, like Monkey Jeans that I've got on now that I sell on the website, and then went to Southeast Asia straight after and spent 3 months over there researching the fast fashion factories, which were just absolutely disgusting, the way that they treat people. And whilst I was in Cambodia,
is it as bad as you hear?
It is, yeah. Well, I didn't actually physically see it personally, but so like the universe kind of like puts things, when you surrender to your purpose, the universe puts certain things in your way. That's what I believe. And I was like, literally went to Siem Reap, sat in an airport reading my book, and this guy's gone, oh, what are you reading? I was like telling him what I was reading, and he's like, are you travelling? I said, well, I'm actually like here on a bit of a mission, really, doing activist stuff, really. You know, I wanted to make a short documentary, really, about the fast fashion industry. And basically, he told me about different brands in Phnom Penh, which is like the main kind of manufacturing like capital in Cambodia. Got to Cambodia, met this woman through this guy who I spoke to in the airport. She put me in contact with this guy who like gave the certification for all the fair trade factories in Cambodia. So I went to the killing fields, which was like really heart-wrenching. So Cambodia have literally gone through mass genocide through like, you know, the 1970s, which is not that long ago really. And then like went and seen that, and I read this thing. I was doing like quite a lot of research at the time, and I read this thing on the internet, and it was like my friend told me about this fashion gazette, and it was like, I don't want to say certain brands, I don't want but certain brands, like there was like the top 10 sustainable ethical brands, you know, globally. And I found this thing which said, you know, 75 people fainted. And so I thought, right, I'm going to go to the factory. So I got a tuk-tuk like an hour out of Phnom Penh on my own, like sat outside this factory. I'm not going to say the brand. It's a high street brand which everybody goes to. And I sat outside this factory, and then someone's like, you know, only like white female in this like small town. So I was going, what are you here for? And I was like, I'm waiting to interview a worker. And it was like, it was Chinese New Year at the time. It was like, they've all finished work early. But it was like an epiphany for me at that moment, which was just like, rather than activism, it's action against activism. It's like leading by example, like showing the right way.
So seeing what was going on changed your life and made you decide you wanted to do something?
No, I'd already decided before that to do it. But it was just kind of like, rather than kind of blowing up people that were doing it the wrong way and you know.
Blowing them up? Is that what they were doing?
Rather than like, you know, obviously like grassing them up, you know, whatever it is, you know. It was, you know, I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it my way and hopefully lead by example and show them what the right way is, because...
A lot of people watching, though, they'll be thinking, you know, I mean, what you've done is amazing and all that, but going from construction into the fashion, which we're going to talk about, you know, the Be Thrive in a minute. I want to talk to you about that. Yeah. How did you fund it? That's what a lot of people watching will be thinking. Well, that's great doing that, but how did you fund that lifestyle from construction to fashion?
So I got a decent pay. Like I was on quite well paid in construction. I was senior manager as a project.
So it's just money you'd saved up.
Like, so like when I left my job, I got 3 months pay, which was pretty decent. Went over to Australia. I worked a little bit over there, which you get, you know, pretty decent pay.
You've been around, haven't you?
A little bit.
I went to Magaluf once.
So yeah, just like, and then my mum's credit card and my credit card, and just I've got myself into a lot of debt with what I'm doing, but I've got a real passion for it, and I'm not going to stop until I get there. So it's
Well, that's obvious. It's obvious, you've got a passion for what you're doing. So let's move forward a bit.
Yeah.
You've got the Be Thrive now. Tell us what the Be Thrive is.
So the Be Thrive is an ethical, sustainable platform. So all things ethical, sustainable, like clothing, footwear, skincare. I want to really kind of, I'm all about collaboration over competition. So, the fashion industry is the second most destructive industry in the world, and it's actually destroying the planet. And if we don't actually start making some conscious changes now as people, we're going to set ourselves up for the biggest mankind failure of all time. And that's a statement, that's real. Do you know what I mean? It's like we have to really fucking.
It's a funny thing, though, really, because obviously you're getting a lot of attention from the audience now. But it's a funny thing. It's like, if I go and buy clothes, I don't think about this. Do you know what I mean? So
Nobody does.
Unless we're getting told this of people like yourself, we don't know about this.
Yeah, you don't know where your clothes come from. So going back to Cambodia, I don't want to kind of go on about it, but I emailed Fashion Revolution this one morning to meet up because they're the representative over there. And literally, they didn't get back to me. I've been visiting these factories this one day. And I'm sat in this vegan cafe, and my friend came over. She was working with me at the time, but she was going to this yoga retreat, and with fashion ideas out across the table. And there's these two women that come and sat next to us for an hour, and then they've gone, "Excuse me, by the way, you're setting up an ethical clothing label?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm from Fashion Revolution." I was like, "Are you joking?" I was like, "I literally emailed you guys this morning," and she was with the UN representative. Wow. And they told us how some of the factories in Cambodia. So Cambodia have gone through mass genocide, like we're saying, and then when they actually got through that, Margaret Thatcher knew about it, and the UN people around the world knew what was going on in Cambodia, but nobody done anything about it. The borders got Vietnam went in, stopped all the Khmer Rouge from killing the people, and then all of a sudden it's like people have come in from the UK and set up these factories, absolutely exploiting these people, and now they're paying them the minimum wage over there is $156 a month, which is no living wage for no person in any country. So it's not okay for us to think that. Right, we're in the Western world, and we'll continue buying from these fast fashion chains, these high street fashion chains. I can't get my words out. I've got so much to say.
Honestly. Not noticed. No, joking aside though, obviously we are talking and stuff, but it's like, it's dead easy for us to go out and buy clothes, but what is going on in the world where the clothes are being made? We don't know unless we get told.
Right, so if you're not going to buy organic, you've got to think, if it's not organic yet, it's got GMOs in the seeds, and there's pesticides that are being sprayed on the actual plants. So the farmers are suffering because they're getting fumes from the chemicals that's in the plants, so it's their health. And you can't actually think, so Manchester was the economic engine, it's the industrial revolution, right? We started this we started this way of the world, this industry, and and now we've got the two biggest fast fashion houses in the whole of the world based in Manchester. And it's like, right, come on now. Manchester is such a united kind of city. And it's like, we all need to start waking up. Buy organic, because if you don't start buying organic, it's not gonna get that publicity. It's not gonna get the following that it needs. So you have to start buying organic for it to, for it to start getting popular. The aim of the Be Thrive is to start making eco mainstream. We need to wake people up.
So basically what you're doing the Be Thrive stuff, which is obviously, it's not just getting fashion out there which you want, it's also spreading the word about how we should be doing, and buying clothes really. It's brilliant what you're doing, and I do think that, joking aside, more people need to know about it, because people like myself would just go buy clothes. We don't.
Adidas are on it.
And here we go.
No, they are. They're actually on it.
Who made this then?
Who knows? How long have you had it?
I've not had it long, actually. I only got it. We had a big event at Bowlers, and I thought I needed a new jacket.
Manchester.
You like it, yeah?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good day. Yeah, no, honestly. Anyway, never mind that. You've got an event coming up. Tell us about this event you've got coming up.
So we had the B5 launch party, which was absolutely amazing at Manchester Hall at Vanitas. Great show. So many people turned up, which was amazing. So grateful for the support. But that was more of a showcase of the B5, the collections, and also the brands that are selling on the platform. However, I'm organising now, it's Ethical Fashion Week, which is the 22nd of April, which is the 6th year of the Rana Plaza disaster, which was the factory that collapsed in Bangladesh and killed over, nearly 1,500 people.
So where does this event take place?
So it's going to be at the Whiskey Jar in the Northern Quarter in Manchester. And basically, it's going to be bit of interviewing like each of the brands, myself and the other brands on board. So I've got like, this is a trainer brand that I've got on board, Woden. They're a Danish brand.
Who made them?
Woden.
No, I meant we're some fella in like...
No, so they're fully sustainable. The soles are made out of 10% recycled rubber. The rest of it's natural rubber. We've got cork in the soles to reduce plastic. I've got monkey jeans on with these, an organic jean brand which use 80% less water. This is my blouse from the Bee Thrive, which is organic bamboo silk. And it's just kind of promoting the brands, telling like the brands to be able to tell their story, why they're doing it, what they're doing. I mean, certainly Phil from Monkey Jeans is an amazing guy. And he's been doing this for 16 years, which is just amazing, because now it's like, we're coming into an era where we all have to start waking up and making a change, because it's actually that serious. Like, it's no joke. Do you know what I mean?
So people are watching this at home, obviously, you've got a great story. You're telling stuff that, as general public, we don't know.
Yeah.
And, we're probably a bit ignorant too, but unless we get told, we don't
Ignorance is no longer bliss. It's not okay anymore.
You don't need to have a go at me. I'm trying to help you here.
it's
No, seriously, you've got all this coming up. You've got a great event coming up at Whiskey Jar. If there's anyone watching at home that wants, it's thinking, hang on, I like what she's saying, I like what she's doing, I want more information. Where do they get more information?
So the event's on it's the 17th of April, the Whiskey Jar. We're basically, we've got 50 of the B5 organic cotton T-shirts to give away. The first 50 people that turn up, we're asking everybody that shows up to bring one of their fast fashion brands, one of their like fast fashion T-shirts. And we've teamed up with
Adidas.
No, not like your fast fashion.
Oh,
and no, it's not Adidas. Isn't Adidas is actually getting on the ethical, sustainable vibe. Quite a good thing.
I thought that. That's why I buy it.
Yeah. By 2024, Adidas are going to have no plastic in their products at all. So, and basically, everybody that comes to the event, we want them to bring. Want them to bring a fast fashion T-shirt that they bought off any fast fashion chain, and we're teaming up with Manchester University, and we're going to do a huge art project, which is going to be a massive statement in Manchester. So yeah, that's kind of like, we want to kind of really, Manchester's the economic engine, and we really need to kind of like use it as a bit of a privilege to kind of like get the message out there, like, come on, let's start making change.
Seriously, I think it is great what you're doing, and I know we're having a bit of a laugh and all that about it, but it is serious stuff, and
really
you've just got to watch the news and the television, and everyone's talking about, plastics and all that. We just have to look on the telly. So, I know we're having a laugh about it, but what you're doing is a very, very serious thing. And I think we probably do need more people like you doing it. So once again, you are from the Bee Thrive. Can people find that on the internet if you want more information?
Yeah, so it's www.thebeethrive.com, or Twitter at the Bee Thrive, and Instagram at the Bee Thrive, Facebook at the Bee Thrive. Join the revolution, and just like, let's start pioneering and making a change. People from Manchester, we've got to do it. Woo!
Gemma, it's been an absolute privilege, and honestly, when you came on tonight. When you came on tonight, obviously I knew we were going to talk about Bee Thrive and stuff, but seriously, what we're hearing about plastics in the sea and all that kind of stuff, we do need people like you telling us. So absolute respect for doing that.
Can I say one more thing?
Go on then.
Right, so like one of the things, like, it's slave labour, isn't it? Right, does anybody know in here why President Lincoln's statue is in Manchester, in Lincoln Square? Anybody? Right, so way back when the Industrial Revolution was actually happening, there was all the slaves in America that was being used for cotton farming, and it was basically President Lincoln got in contact. It was only the people of northwest of England, Manchester, Preston, Liverpool, that come together, unified, and said that they wasn't receiving the cotton. It was the cotton famine, and they refused to have cotton from slaves, and they helped President Lincoln emancipate the slave trade. And that's why President Lincoln's statue is in Manchester, because it was a bit of a thank you to the people of Manchester to help support that kind of that movement. And it's like, these people are in jobs now in other countries, Cambodia, Southeast Asia, in India, whatever. We all need to wake up and start supporting what we actually believe in. It's not okay just because it's not in the forefront of our vision. We've got to support these people that are kind of actually being absolutely what's the word? Exploited. Absolutely exploited and being paid pittance for what they're doing. So, we've got to wake up.
Well, seriously, like I say, and we're hearing about plastic and all that kind of stuff on the news. We do need to know more about it, and we need more people like you telling us what you're doing is absolutely amazing. Make sure you check out the website, the Bee Thrive, and of course that event you've got at the Whiskey Jar in April. Studio audience of MMTV, we make some noise. Gemma Gratton.
Thank you.
She said she was shy when she got here. This is MMTV Volume 12. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Marley Mancunia Studio, live from the Marley Mancunia Studios in Manchester. We do it every fortnight. It is Manchester rock and roll television. Spread the word, tell your friends, and keep supporting what we are doing. It's creative, it's music, it's sport, and we introduce you to some amazing people like this next band who are going to close the show for us. We're going to tell you a little bit more about the next one after they've been on. But MMTV Volume 12, it is a great pleasure to welcome an amazing band. This is Rff Trade.
Have we got some keyboards, if possible, soundboard? Rhythm, it's a bittersweet symphony that's life. Trying to make ends meet, you're a slave to the money, then you die. I'll take you down the only road I've ever been down. You know the one that takes you to the places where all the veins meet, yeah. All together now, people, are you ready? No change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm in my mood, I'm in my mood. I'm a million different people, one day to the next I can change my mood, oh no, no. The boys, well I never pray, but tonight I'm on my knees, yeah. Yes, MMTV, I need to hear some sounds that recognize the pain in me, yeah. I let the melody shine, let it cleanse my mind, I feel free now, so free. But the airwaves are clean, there's nobody singing to me now. You ready to sing along, people? No change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm in my mood, I'm in my mood. I'm a million different people, one day to the next I can change my mood, oh no, no. Yes, people of MMTV, we are the Rubber Dub Sound. Rff Trade live in your area. Rhythm, it's a bittersweet symphony that's life. Trying to make ends meet, you're a slave to the money, then you die. Oh, I'll take it down the only road I have ever been down. You know the one that takes you to the places where all the veins meet, yeah. One more time now, people. Don't change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm in my mood, I'm in my mood. I'm a million different people, one day to the next I can change my mood, oh no, no. Thank you. So we are Rff Trade live in your area. This next tune is a original tune of ours called Good Thing. Have we got some keyboards yet? Yes, people, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Is Donald Trump what the world is wanting? Everybody listen, cheese, I may tell you something. Truthful, useful, or astounding. Putin, him a bad man, a Putin. Him a lick you up if you try to shoot him down. Without reason, regardless of the season. Kim Jong-un the leader, trust me, believer. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? All leaders of the world are so interesting. Investing your money in their pension. They're enjoying life but causing so much destruction. Is it a good thing, a bad thing? Oh, we got 24-hour news feed. Whatever did we do before iPhone, smart TVs? With the surveillance generation, is everybody happy in this fake situation? A good thing or a bad thing? The post of operating is infecting the population and the youth that they're investing. Who knows what will happen? They're experimenting. People's unemployment is rising. Patients in hospital corridors, them are dying. Cause them say Brexit on the horizon. Waving goodbye instead of uniting. La. So yes, people, the lyrics are, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Sing along with me. Here we go. Rhythm, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Live and direct MMTV. A good thing or a bad thing? Bam bam bidi bam bam bidi bam bam bidi bam 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 dang. A good thing or a bad thing? Oh Lord, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Rhythm. Like I said, me don't wanna see fussing and fighting. Me just wanna see the people uniting. Me don't wanna see violence and crime. Just want to see people's laughter and smile. Me don't wanna see fussing and fighting. Me just wanna see the people uniting. Me don't wanna see violence and crime. Just want to see people's laughter and smile. Good thing or a bad thing? People of the MMTV, good thing or a bad thing? Well, Lord, hey, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Live and direct at MMTV, a good thing or a bad thing? Yeah, man. Thank you for listening, thank you for dancing, thank you for singing. Rhythm! So I want to try something now, people in the studio. Repeat after me. And let me hear you say, eh oh. Eh oh. The boys. Eh oh. Yeah, man. Some give me a little sound now. So yes, people, thank you for listening, thank you for singing, thank you for dancing. We are the rubber dub sound, we make the crowd gather around. See you later, people. Yeah, man.
There we go, what an unbelievable way to end the show. Rff Trade finishing off MMTV Volume 12. Thank you so much, lads. Nice one, yeah? MMT Volume 12 ending with Rff Trades. Thank you so much for watching tonight. You have been watching MMTV Volume 12 live from Marley Mancunian Studios in Manchester. We are back in 2 weeks' time. It is Easter weekend, so we've got a very, very special one lined up. All you need to do is follow MMTV on all the usual social media sites, and you'll find out more, but it is a good one, Easter weekend. A massive thank you to No Vacancies, Nico and Coby and Rff Trade for playing live for us tonight, and also to our special guests, Stella Grundy, Kane Gardner and Gemma Gratton. We should have had Emily Oldfield here tonight. She has sent her apologies. She couldn't make it. She is going to be here at one of our next events. All the information about MMTV is on mmtvmcr.com, and if you want to watch any of the previous episodes, you can do on the MMTV channel. A massive thank you to Jordan, our sound engineer, Anton and Fatneck for putting the thing together, and of course Georgina for sorting out all of the events and stuff. Please share this. It's Manchester Television. We make it for you, and we'll see you back here in 2 weeks' time. I've been Dave Sweetmore. Thank you for watching MMTV Volume 12. Good night.